Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, we are continuing with our holiday theme. Dude, I am so pumped to cover this movie. We are covering my favorite fucking slasher, 1974's Black Christmas, baby.
I'm so excited to talk about this one.
Dude.
We have been mentioning covering it since we started this podcast.
Dude, I love this. It is not only my favorite Christmas holiday horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said that right. It's my favorite slasher. It's up there as one of my favorite movies, period.
It's one of the most iconic slashers.
It's so good. I think it well, a lot of people say this, that it kind of started the slasher genre. It's like one of the first real slashers. And it was filmed in Toronto.
Yes. Not only are we covering Black Christmas, but I'm wearing black lipstick.
Yes.
I'm actually shocked that I even got that out. I should not do that.
I thought
with
you
my
were,
voice.
Dude, I thought you were going to say you were wearing a Black Christmas shirt. And I was like, I don't think you are.
No, I'm wearing my own t-shirt, like
Yes.
a fucking mark. But shameless plug, they are available on AllisonK.com. And thank you so much to everyone who pre-ordered. Also, we have a Chainsaw Girl shirt.
We do have a Chainsaw Girl shirt.
Probably should talk about it. I feel like we never do.
I know, we never talk about our merch. We do. You can get our merch at demonxbunny.com. We have our very own Chainsaw Girl shirt.
Yeah.
There's also a bunny shirt on there if you're interested.
But back to the movie.
Back to the movie. Okay, so Black Christmas was directed by Bob Clark and written by Roy Moore. It had a budget of $686,000. It grossed $1.3 million. And it came out October 11th, 1974. Did you know the original title was Stop Me?
Stop Me?
Stop Me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was the original screenplay.
I'm glad they didn't go with that.
No.
Toby is staring into my soul right now.
Oh, Toby, you good boy.
He's our co-host.
He is a co-host. I have a little Australian cattle dog named Toby, and if you're watching YouTube, you can see him. He is my bestest pal in the entire world. But when I start talking, he just wants to be involved in the conversation. I understand it.
Also, he thinks I'm his girlfriend and he sleeps with me every night.
Oh, he loves AK. Shall I read IMDb?
Yes.
During their Christmas break, a group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger.
Yep.
Yep, that is what happens.
That's what I'm talking about, IMDb. Straight to the point.
Hell yes.
So it is December. So this movie is streaming in a lot of places right now, at least at the time of this recording. So Peacock, Prime, Shudder, Tubi, and so many more.
Yes.
You have no excuse not to watch it.
You should all watch it because it is friggin' bomb. Like I said, it was filmed in Toronto, University of Toronto, I believe. And a lot of movies were. Same with Urban Legend.
Yeah, at least one of the scenes for sure, University of Toronto.
Mm-hmm. And the house is at 6 Clarendon Crescent in South Hill. I wish I knew where that was, but I actually have no idea. And I kind of want to go check it out, to be honest.
I wonder if anyone lives there and if they hate when people come look at their house.
I'm sure they do, but then don't live there.
Just be, I was going to say be responsible if you go look at it. Right?
Yeah, I'm like, well, don't live there then.
I actually found this movie so tricky to take notes on only because there are so many people involved. It's at a sorority, right?
Mm.
There's so many characters' boyfriends, so many different interwoven stories. So at first I was just like, wait, who is that person? Who is this person?
Yeah.
I love this movie though. Taking notes on it felt challenging.
That's so interesting. I feel like we both run into that in certain movies where we'll have a really hard time, but then the other one seems to pick it up pretty good.
It's when I think my notes are okay, I hope. It's when there are a lot of characters involved and there are backstories that we're not seeing taking place on screen. So I'm trying to make sure I got all the information down, but I'm like, hold on, pause it. I have to figure out what they're implying here, you know?
Yeah, who is this? Who is that? What are they doing?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Shall we hop into it?
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. We open with the title card on a big ass house with Holy Night playing. This is the house that is located at 6 Clarendon Crescent in South Hill.
Yes.
A girl walks into the house, which this is a sorority house, we find out. And we're looking through the POV of someone peering through the windows. Okay?
Yes.
Very unsettling. There looks to be some kind of gathering going on inside. I imagine it's something for Christmas. But the POV outside is so creepy. We hear I hate the sound of someone breathing.
Heavy breathing.
Dude, it's so gross to me.
This is the same shot that they did in the beginning of Thanksgiving 2023 that we covered.
Dude.
So I imagine they got the inspiration from this movie.
For sure, because I want to say in the notes and some of the research I did that Eli Roth, was heavily influenced by Canadian horror movies and Canadian slashers.
That
so
does
that
sound
makes
familiar,
sense.
yeah.
So creepy guy outside with really gross, heavy breathing. All
Yeah.
right. He looks at the side of the house and he kind of like looks to see, we see like a side entrance. And then we also see him like he's like standing outside a window, like peering in.
Yeah.
Then he notices like a little trellis.
Oh my gosh. Why are trellises the way trellises were in 80s and 90s movies and TV shows? I really thought they were going to come into play in my life at some point.
Because the houses were always big.
Yeah.
And we ain't living in big houses.
Nah, sure wasn't.
I've never lived in a big house in my life. I don't know that I will.
Also, were trellises that sturdy? Because people really climbed up them like they were nothing.
They were climbing those trellises.
Either to do something romantic or to murder someone. You never know.
You never know. So inside, we're introduced to some of our main players, okay? So we've got Barb, who I love.
Yes.
I love
I
Barb.
do love Barb. She's a little bit of a mess, but we love a hot mess every now and then.
I love her. I think she might be one of, actually, Jess is my favorite, but I really like Barb. The phone rings and we're introduced to another one of our main players. This is Jess, who is played by Olivia Hussey, who was in Romeo and Juliet,
Mhm.
which I absolutely watched in school, and I don't understand how that was even a thing in the 90s.
I don't know if I watched that one. but,
Really? The
yeah.
original Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, I don't know if I did.
Oh my God.
I remember the Leonardo, I can say that.
Well,
DiCaprio
yeah, that was
one.
fantastic. I love that movie. But the other one, I watched that in school, man.
Yeah, is it? I
It's
imagine it's sexual.
Not appropriate for children.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No.
Also, Barb is played by Margot Kidder, who also played Lois Lane in the original Superman.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
I love her. So the call is for Barb. So she kind of saunters over and answers the call. Upstairs, someone climbs into what looks like the attic. Okay, this is the POV of the dude from outside. And it's very disjointed, which I really appreciated because it almost looks like he doesn't know his way around.
Yes.
And I liked that.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know what was going on up there. I liked that. I liked that it wasn't like he just knew. He climbed up there and he knew where he was going.
Right. Yeah, he's scoping everything out first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, inside, wherever this Christmas party is, Barb is getting hammered.
Oh, she's getting smashed.
She gets hammered throughout the entire movie.
Yes.
They're doing some kind of charity event the next day for the kids, so they talk about that a little bit. We meet Phil or Phyllis, who is played by Andrea Martin, who I also love.
I love her so much.
I know Andrea Martin as a comedian from SCTV.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about more at the end. So Phil is hanging Oliver Patrick, which is her boyfriend, and he's going to be playing Santa for the kids at this charity event, right? He doesn't seem too enthused about this.
Right.
The phone rings and Jess answers. The way she answers this phone, it almost felt like a parody at first. She's like, hello. And then she goes, pardon? Who? And I was just like, why is she yelling? But it's for Barb. Okay. Barb goes to take the call in the other room. It's her mother. We cut to the POV of the creep. I called him the creep throughout this entire movie.
I like that.
He is, in fact, in the attic. We see him climb down into the house while Barb is on the phone nearby.
Mm-hmm.
We only see his hands, but we see his hands climbing down this ladder. He's moving through the house now.
Yeah.
And Barb is right there. We see another girl in the sorority named Claire saying goodbye to her boyfriend at the door.
See, this is why I wouldn't want to live in a big house, man. You don't know where people could
Yes.
be hiding and shit.
Okay, I think about that all the time. If I can't hear what's happening on the other end of my house, I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
Granted, this is a sorority. Obviously, they need it to be big,
Yeah.
but it's still a little scary.
Like, I like the size of my house. It's comfortable.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. I agree. Do you catch in this scene Barb in the background who's talking to her mother? Did you hear what she said on the phone?
Oh, yeah. I was listening. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Where she says, "You're a real gold-plated whore, mother. Do you know that?"
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? I did not catch that until like the third time I was watching this.
Yeah, Barb is a little, I feel for Barb, but she's really upset, I think, because she wants to like see her parents and she wants to do like Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like they don't want her home for the holidays,
Mhm.
which is really sad.
I mean, it would explain they have a pretty dysfunctional relationship, I'd say. Oh my God,
Yeah.
your earrings are amazing.
You scared me. I was like, what? What's on me? Thank you.
I'm sorry, I just noticed them. They're beautiful. I
Thanks.
love them.
They're little crescent moons if you're just listening and not watching, and they have danglies with, I'm sure, fake crystals on them.
Oh, I love it. It's so pretty.
Thanks.
Okay, so yes, Barb is on the phone. The guy is watching her from upstairs. The dudes leave the party, so now we've just got the girls alone, right? She asks the group, Barb asks the groups if they'll go like skiing with her. She obviously is trying to hold on to connection during the holidays because she's not going to be with her parents, right? So the phone rings again. This time Jess answers it. She says hello several times, but the caller doesn't answer. Okay, so we got a prank call here. She yells to the group for them to like shut up so she can listen in. And we find out here she refers to this caller as the moaner. So we're led to believe that this guy has been calling her or the sorority group more than once, right? This has been going on for a little while.
Ew.
Like an ongoing situation, right? And so all the girls gather around while Jess is on the phone, and we hear, again, heavy breathing, ew, like kind of like a garbled, like choking sound. It's very distressing. It sounds like someone is like choking and laughing. And then he says, "Let me lick it. Let me stick my tongue on it and lick it."
He goes,
fucking ew.
He goes, lick it.
Ew, let me lick it. And then he says, okay, guys, I'm sorry. This is so terrible.
The trigger warning for this.
But he says, he starts snorting like a pig and he starts saying, "Pig cunt," over and over. "Let me lick it. Let me lick your pretty piggy cunt." First of all, can you imagine if a man said that to you, AK?
I'm laughing, but it's not funny.
No, but like imagine you're like hot and heavy with someone and then like we start having like dirty talk and all of a sudden he starts going off the deep end. Like,
and says that.
you like immediately just like, oh my God.
I also didn't think he said piggy. I thought he said pink, but he could have said piggy because he was saying piggy
Oh,
earlier.
I thought he was saying piggy.
He very well could have.
Because he kept saying pig. He kept calling her a pig cunt.
Yeah.
Yo, that is crazy. But even saying lick it, let me lick it, that is so gross.
And she's holding the phone out and we can hear it, and it's presumed that everyone in the sorority can hear it too because they've gathered round now.
Yes.
And all I was thinking was stop entertaining him. Like hang the fucking phone up.
I know, but I think it's that thing of like, he's been calling so much that, like, think about it this way. Let's say this guy has been calling every day for the last like 2 weeks. Like you get to a point where you're just like, I want to know who this is, and I'm gonna fucking listen. What are you gonna say now?
Yeah, and they are kind of making fun of him too. Like Barb does eventually grab the phone.
I love when Barb grabs the phone.
Me too. She's like, "Listen, pervert."
Yeah.
And she says, "Why don't you find a wall socket and stick your tongue in it? That'll give you a charge."
I loved it. I was like, this is why I love Barb.
Every time Barb says something, Phil is always like giggling or like trying not to laugh and covering her face.
And you can see that Claire and Barb have some kind of tension between them. They don't have a great relationship because Claire is a little upset that, Claire is another one of these characters, okay? So yeah, Claire is another one of the sorority sisters, right? And there's definitely some tension with her and Barb. She's upset that Barb got on the phone and started talking shit to the moaner, okay?
Yeah.
She's like, "You're stirring the pot up. Like, why are you making this worse?" And she goes upstairs to start packing because because Claire is gonna go see her dad tomorrow and spend the holidays with them, right?
Yeah. Also, before they hang up the phone, well, actually, it's the creep that hangs up the phone. But before he hangs up, he just says in a normal voice, after all that, he just goes, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
And I thought that was the scariest part because everything else is just like, okay, you're trying to shock us, you're trying to scare us. But to just calmly say, "I'm going to kill you," is terrifying.
No, it's absolutely so scary. No, for sure. So Mrs. Mack shows up. Mrs. Mack is like the sorority mother.
Yeah.
Right? I love Mrs. Mack.
That's what I was about to say.
Dude, okay, so apparently Mrs. Mack is loosely based on, and actually Barb being hammered as well, is loosely based off of Bob Clark, who's the director and the producer, his aunt.
Okay.
So like he made some changes to it, and that was one of them. He wanted to like include like his inspiration from his aunt as these two characters, which I think was just so funny.
So he has like a funny alcoholic aunt, probably.
I guess so, yeah. And I love Mrs. Mack.
Me too.
She might be my favorite because she's a fucking hoot. And the girls love her too. Like she comes inside, they're all excited to give her like presents and stuff. Like they got her a little something.
I was trying to read the vibe here. I couldn't tell if they were fucking with her or not because they got her like this giant muumuu and then they're like, "Put it on, put it on, put it on."
I think it's that thing of like they have a really good relationship with her,
Okay.
and like she probably sleeps in like nightgowns or something.
Yeah, they didn't really seem to be mocking her. I was just trying to figure out the dynamic, you know?
Yeah, I think they were like friends with her. But Claire's like, "I need to go upstairs and pack." Claire is not about to help them give her the presents or whatever, okay?
She was also upset at what Barb was saying because Barb did say some pretty fucked up things here.
Yeah, she's super pissed. Yeah, for sure. She goes upstairs to her big fluffy cat, Claude.
Oh, yeah, Claude. He looks like my sweet baby angel Dali.
Yeah, he does. She goes into her closet, and I thought this was so funny. She just grabs like a handful of like her clothes and hangers and just like throws it in a bag. Listen.
Can you imagine?
No, dude, no.
You're like, "This will do."
Oh my gosh, I wish it was that easy. Every single time we have like a show, a convention, an event, the amount of shit I pack that I don't use. Like you would think that I'm going to shit my pants every day for a week with the amount of underwear I bring with me.
And how many times do you have to pull out the outfit, look at it, lay it out, You know, you're not just grabbing everything and throwing it in.
No, and the thing is, like, you need the outfit, right? You need the outfit, but then you also need the backup outfit if you wake up on the day of the event feeling fat, feeling bloated, PMSing, depressed, fucking whatever, not tanned enough, whatever the fuck, you need to have a backup. I tend to travel with several backups depending on my mood, right? So anyway, she grabs this huge pile of clothes from the closet, and then we notice that someone is standing in her closet behind like one of those plastic sheets that would be on like a dry cleaning hanger. And she hears her cat meowing by the closet, okay?
Which, fun fact, cats normally don't meow unless it's at people.
Well, I didn't think that the cat was meowing at all. I thought it was Billy meowing.
It very well could be because we'll find out he does a lot of voices.
That's why I just assumed, because I'm pretty sure it was Billy meowing later when he was fucking with Mrs. Mack.
I always assumed it was actually Claude, but I'm not sure. But either way, if you hear that and you know, if my cat was in the closet meowing, I'd be like, oh, are you stuck? Like, what's going on? You don't just meow out of nowhere.
No, that's so true. Same with Toby. If he like just starts barking, well, sometimes he barks at nothing. So she realized, like, she looks concerned, and then she realizes, wait a second, somebody's standing in my closet. And she's kind of like, hello, is someone there? And she's like approaching really close, like really slowly. The music stops. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She gets super close, and just as she's asking who it is, he fucking grabs her, and he takes the plastic and he wraps it around her face, so when she tries to scream, she's suffocating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So fun fact, Lynn Griffin, who plays Claire, her death scene was done in a couple of takes, and she's giving like a genuine reaction because she didn't know when he was going to pop out. And she's quoted as saying, it was a total shock because I didn't know when to expect him to jump out at her.
Okay.
Or out at me, which I thought that was really cool. And when we see her body sitting in the chair, like that's her for hours. Yeah. I guess like she had to wear plastic over her head for like extended periods of time.
I wonder how that worked. They must have had holes in it or something, right?
Dude, I have no...
Because
it was the 80s, man. 70s. It was the 70s. 1974. Who knows?
They're like, just hold your breath. We'll only shoot this for like a minute.
It's meanwhile, it's like 6 hours later and you're just like suffocating. So any hoogly boos, Claire is dead.
Yes, and all of this is happening while the girls are downstairs giving Miss Mac her gift. So we're hearing both things happening. There are a lot of long panning shots throughout the halls in this movie as well, while you can hear what's going on and not seeing it. So now we see the little attic opening gets covered. It's not even a door. It's just like a hole up in the ceiling, and then it has like a little cover over it.
Almost like a crawl space. Almost like a ceiling crawl space. Like those old school where you pull the ladder down and you have to climb through a hole to get up there.
Yeah. The party is wrapped up now, and the girls are going to bed. Mrs. Mack pulls a book out from the library, and she has a little hidden Mickey. It's a Mickey, right? Like the little bottle of liquor.
Mickey, yeah.
She has so many of these hidden around the house. It's like a running gag throughout the movie. It's so funny.
Yeah.
The phone rings again, and Phil comes out to answer this time. It's just Peter, though. It's Jessica's... Wait, it is just Jess, right?
It's Jess.
Jess.
Yeah.
Jess's boyfriend.
Oh, I fucking hate Peter. I cannot wait.
I knew you would.
To dive into fucking Peter. Okay.
So...
Oh, he sounds like such a little... Okay.
She's sad that he couldn't make it to the party, but tells him that she needs to talk to him face to face. Also, the immediate stress.
He's immediately dismissive towards her, and he's a fucking dick. And then he apologizes to her, and he's like, and I love you. Shut up, okay?
He tells her he's been very busy. He's exhausted.
Aren't we all, Peter?
And she's like, okay, but you need to make time for me tomorrow. Yeah. So he agrees.
Uh-huh.
He says, I love you at the end of the call. And she goes, yeah, I know. And hangs up.
I love it. Good. He doesn't deserve your love, Jess.
He's going to have anxiety all night now.
Oh, bummer.
So Mrs. Mack is now in the bathroom brushing her teeth. She is a fucking character. She has another Mickey in the back of the toilet.
Oh, she's my favorite.
She's also using liquor like mouthwash. Okay. Which I looked this up because I found it interesting. I was like, would that really disinfect? I was curious because I never see people, like in a movie, they'll use a bottle of alcohol to like clean a wound.
Yeah, yeah.
It's usually clear liquor like vodka.
Like vodka, yeah.
You don't really see, because this was a bottle of dark liquor. And I was like, I wonder if that actually sanitizes. It really has to do with the proof. But for alcohol to be an effective disinfectant, it has to have a concentration of at least 60%.
Oh.
Typically 70% to make it, optimal, I guess. But 80 proof liquor, which is like the common, what a Mickey would be, is only 40% alcohol. I found that really interesting.
It is.
So maybe it's better than nothing.
I mean, rinsing your mouth out with booze, you would just taste like booze.
That's what tastes like it for sure. But I was just curious about the sanitizing effects. Like, could you actually do that? Would it actually clean?
Yeah, you always see that in movies, eh?
Yeah, but not properly, just so you know.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I'm actually like, that was something new that I just learned. So Jess goes upstairs to check on Claire. And we cut to Claire's corpse rocking in a rocking chair with a clear plastic bag over her head. This is where I said it was the actress had to keep that over her head.
Yeah.
And we hear a man, this is Billy, okay? We're going to find out his name is Billy, singing Bye Bye Baby Button. It's so creepy. It's so creepy, dude. Anytime a man is like singing like that.
The other song title I found for it, which he might sing multiple, I don't know, was Little Baby Bunting.
Oh, maybe it's bunting. Did I say button?
Yeah, but I don't know.
No, I think you're right. I think it is. I think it autocorrected.
Oh, did you say Little Baby Button?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then probably. I don't know what that means.
No idea.
But either way, it's very creepy. So her mouth is open, by the way, just so you get a visual. She's sitting in this rocking chair. Her mouth is open and the plastic is in it like she inhaled it. It's very disturbing.
No, it's so gross. So the next day, we see a man waiting outside. We find out this is Claire's father. Okay, he's waiting for Claire, and he gets smoked by a snowball, and his glasses like fly off his face.
I felt so bad for him. This is Mr. Harrison, by the way.
I felt bad for him the whole movie. I feel bad that he doesn't get any fucking closure.
That's literally the last note in my notes,
dude. It's heartbreaking. I love this man, and I feel so bad for him the whole movie.
Yeah.
So he gets smoked with a snowball. And this dude comes over and it like apologizes or whatever. And he's like, yeah, whatever. Have you seen my daughter? Her name is Claire. Do you know her? So he does tell Mr. Harrison that Claire is at the sorority house or is probably there and gives him directions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to Claire's boyfriend who's pissed off at Claire because he doesn't know where she is. And he calls her a bitch, which I was like, dude, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Like, take it easy.
So we cut to Patrick, Phil's boyfriend, as Santa. Okay, they're doing this charity event. He's there with Barb, who is still drinking. Okay, he's pissed off because Phil is going to go skiing with Barb now. Because since Barb isn't going to visit her parents for the holidays, she asked the girls if they want to go skiing instead. Now he's pissed off because Phil's not going to hang out with him. He's calling Barb a bitch while a kid is sitting on his lap.
70s, man.
Yeah, he's like, ho, 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 fuck. Like, my guy, get it together. Now we see Mr. Harrison talking to Mrs. Mack, who is telling him that Claire is probably just at this charity event.
Dude, this whole bit had me cracking up.
Oh, yeah.
So Mrs. Mack is like, he's in the sorority house with her, right? So Mr. Harrison's inside with her. And she's talking to him and she's trying to assure him that like Claire's a really good girl. She doesn't need to stress. And as she's saying this, she's like, okay, I feel like it's important to note there are like weird, eclectic like paintings and sculptures in this house. And I think it's fair to say that Mrs. Mack is just an interesting gal, right? And so she notices that she's like, there's a statue on the wall of like a naked person. And the whole time she's talking to Mr. Harrison, she's trying to block out this statue so he can't see it. Cause he's a little bit uptight, right? He's a little hoity toity.
Oh yeah. There's a poster too of like two naked people laying on top of each other and it kind of forms like a peace sign. Like I imagine the girls have just put up what they want. Mrs. Mack is like, do your thing, girls. Like I can't be responsible for all of you.
Yeah. And I think Miss Mack is sort of into it too. Like she just seems kind of like a
fun gal.
A fun gal, yeah. And so she's like, you know what? Why don't I take you to the frat house? Because that's actually might be where she is, right? But really, she just needs a ride. So she's using Mr. Harrison here. She's like offering to help him out, but really, she just needs to get a ride somewhere. So she's covering up this, statue, and then she tries to close the door so that he can't see it. But she goes into her room. She talks shit to the mirror, which I think is hilarious because we all do that. And then when she takes a swig of booze, all right, she hears Claude. And as this is all happening, like Mr. Harris at one point like ends up pulling the door open and he sees the whole statue.
Oh yeah.
Like near the end of the scene. Yeah, like I thought that was really funny that there was actually like a close to it.
Yeah, and then he walks up the stairs right next to Mrs. Mack right as she's calling Claude a little prick.
Yes, it's awesome because the movie is intense, right?
Yeah.
Like it is intense and it's scary and there's like some pretty heavy themes in it.
Yeah.
I love that they have like comedy as well.
I found it interesting before I rewatched it because I've watched it many years ago, but I rewatched it like 3 times before this episode. And I thought it was interesting that I saw it listed as a dark comedy in some places. And I was like, a comedy?
Yeah.
But I can see now, yes, there are definitely comedic elements
No,
to
definitely,
an
definitely.
overall heavy movie.
Yes, exactly. So
Also, I'm sorry to cut you off. She calls Claude Claudikins.
it's so cute. She
Continue.
obviously loves the cat.
Yeah.
And the best is after she's calling the cat a prick and Mr. Harrison like witnesses this, she turns and looks at him and just becomes this like sweet little lady again.
Yeah.
I just love her.
And then when he walks away, she goes like this with her, she just flips him off.
Oh, she's the best. So then we cut to them getting in the car outside, and then we see Claire's dead corpse in the rocking chair through the attic window.
She is basically facing out the window. Like if somebody from the street just looked up, they would see her there.
Yeah, like she's like someone sitting in the window, like chilling with
Yeah.
a bag over her head.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to tell she has a bag over her head because it is transparent. But yeah, I was like, oh, is he going to get caught this way?
Right.
But it's very high. It basically looks like the third floor.
Yeah, because the house is huge, eh? Like this is like a big old. Think about like Sabrina the Teenage Witch house, like it, or like Practical Magic. It's huge.
I love that reference. Both of those references actually.
So great. So now we're gonna cut to Jess and Peter
At the recital hall.
Dude.
This scene was definitely filmed at the University of Toronto. He is at his prized piano. And I already knew, I'm like, oh, Laura's going to be fucking livid. Jess tells him that she's pregnant. Okay. Peter is ecstatic, but Jess is not.
Right. She wants to terminate the pregnancy,
Yes.
which, by the way, in 1974, for a woman to have so much agency and I liked the way that they approached this because it wasn't like I know people are going to get so mad at me for this, but it's not like she had some big drawn out, like, I don't know what I should do. And I don't know. She knew what she wanted.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to marry Peter. She doesn't want to have a baby right now. She wants to live her life and she's made the decision. And it's not this big dramatic thing. And I feel like, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I feel like when pregnancy termination comes up in movies and TV shows, a lot of the time it's depicted as this big, heavy decision. And the truth is, it's not always that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It isn't always that. And I feel like I appreciated that they came at it from this point of view where no, like she has agency. She's made a decision and she's not going to let some guy fucking gaslight her and pressure into having a baby she doesn't fucking want. And she's not crying about it and she doesn't have to cry about it.
Right.
Sorry, I know I'm on a soapbox, but like I just liked the way they came at this.
No, there's obviously a lot we could say about this. I wrote down some things too that I did want to mention because he says, you can't make that kind of decision. You haven't even asked me. But this is the thing. He's complaining about her making the decision without him, but she's here talking to you before she even takes any action, number one.
And he makes the decision for both of them when he's like, we're going to get married.
Exactly.
Pardon me,
Or
sir.
even just saying, no, we're having this baby would be making the decision for both of them. So she's here. Yes, she has made up her mind, but she is here telling you before she took action. Also, she doesn't have to ask you, but that's another story. But since you're in a committed relationship, it seems she is at least consulting with you first.
Exactly.
And I had this conversation with a relative last holiday, maybe Christmas, I don't know, whatever. But he was kind of stuck on, if this is 50% my child, then why shouldn't I get a say? And I was trying to explain to him. But listen, we were having like a civil conversation.
Yes.
Like he's genuinely asking this question. So I'm willing to have a conversation about that.
Me too, of course.
And I was trying to explain to him that yes, it would be 50% your child, but you're doing 0% of the labor.
Dude.
So this child is not going to rip through your body to come into this world. And that's the simplest way I can put it, is that it should always be on the person that would be giving birth to decide if they want to do that with their body.
Like it's literally growing inside her body.
And this is coming from someone, for me personally, I do want to have kids one day. I don't know if it's ever going to happen for me, but I still think that it's terrifying. I know you don't want kids, but I do want kids one day. And it's the whole process and concept. It is terrifying. It is a health risk to give birth.
It's still one of the riskiest things that you can do, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just I appreciated that this movie, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of feminist. Like it kind of is.
For sure. And I also am surprised. I wonder if it was controversial to talk about these things
Absolutely
at this time.
It was.
It had to
in the
have been.
70s, absolutely, especially for a woman to be so upfront about her decision.
Yeah.
And she's young too, right? Like she's like, well, she's not even that young. She's in her 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still young. But
know
it's
what you
not
mean.
like she's in high school. Do you know
Right.
what I'm saying? I don't know. I liked it. And I liked that there wasn't some like dramatic reason for it. She was just straight up like, yo, I'm not at the time in my life where I want this.
Right.
Obviously Peter handles this so well.
Yeah.
Doesn't gaslight her at all. He's really on board with the whole thing.
Well, she even tells him, I wasn't even going to tell you. And this is why, because he doesn't take it well at all.
And the thing is, he doesn't have to take it well. I understand this is an upsetting situation, but you also have to have the back of your partner. I'm sorry, but
this is the only thing that I will side with Peter on, because he does say to her, you don't, well, at first I was like, what the fuck? Not when he says this part. He says, you don't ever think about anyone but yourself.
Okay, that pissed me off.
That did piss me off. But then he says, do you know how important this afternoon is to me? I'm not saying this conversation is flowing nicely. However, I will say, because she goes, yes, I do. The fact that she knew he had a very important recital and she went there 2 days before his recital to drop this on him is not good timing. I was like, girl, you could have waited until after the recital. You knew it was today.
Do you know what's so funny about that? Can I tell you what my take on that is?
Yes.
This man never gives her an opening to have any type of conversation with him because there's always something more important than her.
Like there's always going to be something else and something coming up.
Him saying to her, you never think of anyone but yourself, to me is a strong indicator that he doesn't think about anyone but himself. And she never has an opening to have honest conversations with him because he's always putting himself before her. So for her, it's like, well, there's no good time.
Right.
You always have something more important to me, like your fucking piano and music career. It's oh so important. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like for her, it's like the holidays are coming. I got to tell him, and she needs to get it done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I feel like, no, that also makes sense because remember, she was upset that he didn't come to the holiday party. She probably wanted to tell him then. That's why she was telling him on the phone, I need to talk to you face to face.
I'm not gonna lie though, like telling at the holiday party too. That's like a bomb to drop.
No, legit. Like I was like, girl, it was literally his recital was that day. By the cookies, he's eating shrimp cocktail. She's like, by the way, like the day of his recital, you could have just waited till that night. My personal opinion, I was like that because we'll see it does affect him.
I mean, it does affect him, but he sucks.
It affects his recital, I should say.
Like, we're only seeing a piece of Peter. Imagine being in a relationship with this psychopath.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot more as the movie goes on.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to get off my soapbox
No,
now.
when I wrote down these notes, I was like, okay, we're not going to like spend an hour talking about this, but it is an important topic.
Yeah.
And it's a huge theme in this entire movie.
I think women and misogyny are like very big themes in this entire film. Even the way the police officers, outside of Lieutenant Fuller, the one cop Nash, the way he handles like
Nash is just dumb as a box of rocks.
he is so stupid, but he's also so dismissive.
Oh yeah, and he almost gets beat up for it at one point. I will tell you that.
I love it. Okay, so anyways, let's cut back to it. So back at the house, the phone rings and it's the moaner again. He calls out Billy. So now we understand, we're assuming that he is Billy, okay? He's talking in third person here.
Yeah.
He asks where she put the baby. By the way, Jess answers the phone here.
Yes, and I swear one of Billy's voices sounds like Chris Griffin from Family Guy in this scene. If you listen back to it, you'll hear it.
So he obviously knows that she is pregnant. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a bit scary.
Yes. I also just want to add in that at this charity event, just to add a little layer to Barb, okay, she's giving alcohol to a child.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Just want to throw that out there.
She's wild, man. So we're going to cut to the police station. And Phil, Barb, Mr. Harrison, they're all reporting Claire missing. And this is where we're introduced to Officer Nash, okay? Officer Nash is officer fucking useless. He doesn't care what they're talking about. Barb basically just loses it on him. She tells the cop that for a public servant, his attitude really sucks, which I thought was so funny. And then she tells him the phone number of the sorority house is fellatio.
Yes. So I did a little deep dive on this because I wanted to know more about the exchanges and what she was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because he goes fellatio because he doesn't know what this means. And she goes, yeah, it's a new exchange, FE. And he's like, well, that one's new to me. So an exchange code, because I had no idea what this was used to identify a specific region within a greater area code. So basically a telephone exchange is there's a central building that hosts all these big, giant machines, which we will see later in the movie. I had to know what they were.
Yeah.
It was driving me crazy.
Sure.
But this number took the place of a manual operator. Like when you would hear, hello, operator, connect me to da-da-da. They would physically do that on a switchboard. This took that out of the picture, and the exchange would automatically connect them to where they needed to go.
I love that you did the back on that. The back on that? Oh my God.
Yeah, the back on that.
It's called Dayquil, friends. And it's messing with my brain. Okay, so back at the sorority house, Mrs. Mack comes home and Jess tells her about the prank call again, right? She tells her that Claire didn't end up meeting with her dad, which is very strange. And the aunt, or I was going to say the aunt, Mrs. Mack, she sounds all friendly, but then she starts digging for booze and her voice totally changes, which I just think is so funny. We're kind of cutting back and forth a little bit here, right? So anyway, so Barb does the fellatio bit with the cop. Then Jess goes to the ice rink looking for Chris, and Chris is Claire's boyfriend. He's a hockey player. The goalie mask, though, wild. Like, that is not protecting your face, man.
Yeah.
That goalie mask looked like it was held together with Scotch tape.
It probably was.
So she tells him that Claire is missing, that she might be missing. But he hasn't heard from her at all either. So obviously this is very distressful, right?
Oh, yeah. He's pissed.
Oh, yeah. He's pissed, of course. Yeah. I'm not sure why he's pissed. I'm assuming like he's worried that something happened to her.
That, and I think also that the officer's not taking it seriously.
That's it. Yeah.
And he's mad that the officer is assuming she's off with her boyfriends, plural.
No, you're absolutely right.
Like, no, she's not, because I'm her boyfriend, bitch.
100%. Now we cut back to Peter, the wiener, and he's playing the piano. Okay, cool, dude. I hate you.
This is his recital in front of his university professors to, I don't know, possibly get a job. I don't know.
Who knows?
But it's a very big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal to Peter. But
he is sweating, and look, I don't know shit about pianos, but this sounds like shit. It sounds like he's just mashing the keys.
It's Peter. I mean, does anything he do, like he doesn't do anything well. You know what I'm saying? So now we're introduced to Lieutenant Ken Fuller, who is John Saxon, who was in Nightmare on Elm Street.
And he was a lieutenant there too.
Yep. He was also in Tenebrae, which is an amazing Argento movie. And I just love him. And I love him in this because you want to know something? Lieutenant Fuller is on the fucking case, man. Like,
yes,
he is not messing around. He takes it very seriously. He takes a statement down from a mother who's basically saying that her child is missing. We don't know this lady. We haven't been introduced to this girl yet, right? But she's basically very distressed. Her daughter is missing, and Lieutenant Fuller is like taking down her statement, okay?
Yeah, it's her 13-year-old daughter named Janice.
Chris storms in, and he goes in on Officer Nash immediately, right? Fuller sees this, and he goes over to them, and Chris is actually just super pissed because nobody's taking this seriously, and Claire is obviously missing. I love it because Chris slips out, and immediately I'm like, oh, you're Canadian, baby.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah.
It comes. You can hear it sometimes with me too.
Yeah.
The little out. It comes an A. I say A a lot. So we're at the sorority house now, and Mr. Harrison is still there with the girls, and they're eating dinner. Barb is hammered, and now she's rambling on. At one point, she starts talking about a species of turtle that can screw for 3 days without stopping.
She was also randomly on the couch looking at like a Playboy centerfold and, I don't know, doing something with a pencil.
Her timing, impeccable. Like, she's just talking to Mr. Harrison, and he's horrified because, again, he's a little bit uptight. He looks very disturbed.
Very uptight, though.
Mrs. Mack is watching in horror as this is happening, but she's like got like a fake smile on her face.
Yeah.
So funny.
Barb starts laughing about premature ejaculation.
Oh, she's like at the point of when you're drunk that you're just belligerent and you're obviously upset about something and it's coming out sideways.
Yeah, and Mrs. Mack tells her to stop, and she yells at Mrs. Mack, and then Phil tells her to stop. She goes, "You're drunk, go to bed."
Oh yeah, Phil is like, "We're done with this."
And then finally Barb is like, "Okay."
And Barb looks, it's that moment when you're hammered and you realize that you're being a fucking idiot. And then you forget immediately, but you remember it in the moment. She goes upstairs. Barb feels like they're blaming her for Claire going missing because Barb and Claire don't have a good relationship. So that's kind of where that's going on. She's probably sad about her parents too, right?
Yeah, by the way, all of this is happening within the first 35 minutes of the movie.
Oh, a lot has happened so far.
That's what I mean by it is so storyline focused and like interwoven characters and all this.
Dude, it hits the ground running and you really do give a shit about everyone except for Peter, right? So now we're going to cut back to Peter, who I love. Okay, one of my favorite things ever is like when guys say that like girls are dramatic.
And then you cut to Peter.
And then you cut to Peter like with a sledgehammer or whatever, smashing his piano to pieces.
Yeah.
Like, babe, you think girls are dramatic?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've smashed a couple things in my day, but I
But
certainly
never a piano.
Not a piano, no, definitely not a piano, and not over like something like, oh my god, I had a bad recital. Shut the fuck up, Peter.
I remember someone telling me never look at your phone before you're gonna go wrestle.
Never.
Because if you get any type of like upsetting message or like, I don't know.
Oh, it happened to me right before my music hit when I was on TV. I got a fucking terrible text.
Oh no.
I read it and I had to go right out and perform, and I was like,
it's hard not to be on your phone, especially nowadays. This advice was in like 2012.
I was having a full argument with somebody once. Like we were like back and forth, bum, 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 bum. My music hits, I put my phone down, I have to go out.
I hope you were a heel that day so you could at least go out and
when am I
be
ever
aggressive.
Not? Yeah. But it's weird because once you go through the curtain, it's gone. You don't think about that shit.
That's also why I fucking refuse to get my text to my Fitbit. I'm not even wearing it anyway.
Oh, I get them to my Apple Watch.
Nah, man, does it not drive you insane?
Well, my Apple Watch is never unlocked. So it just comes up and says like it'll say like Allison notification.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it helps me feel not accessible 24/7. Because if I feel like people have access to me 24/7 whenever they want and I'm going to drop everything and answer them, I think I would go insane.
No, I'm with you on that. And like the only reason I actually do really like having my watch is for like if I have to I sent a text the other day. I was walking Toby. Because you can talk to text.
Oh, yeah.
And I was texting somebody and I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then I forgot to hit send because I got distracted. And I was like, don't pee on that. Don't pee on that. And then it all wrote out on my screen.
Yeah.
And then I sent it and I was like, oh no.
Oh shit.
But
there I could see why it would be useful.
It's convenient. And I lose my phone all the time and Siri finds it for me. So that's
okay.
very helpful. Okay. Any hoogly boos. Chris and Jess go back to the sorority house to talk to Mr. Harrison about their conversations with the police and da-da-da-da, right? They leave with Phil. Before they go, Mrs. Mack tells her that she's going away for the holiday, and so she might not be there when she gets back. So now we have a reason for Mrs. Mack disappearing, right? I love that they did that, right? Now we're going to cut to the search party. It's nighttime. We've got a huge group of people, and we're combing the park.
Yeah, and they're looking for both Claire and Janice, the 13-year-old.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
At the sorority, though, we see a figure outside staring at the house.
Yes.
So this could be two people.
I thought this was Peter.
Okay. I'm wondering now if it was Billy or if it was Peter. I have so many questions for you at the end of this.
Okay.
So there, I don't know. I assumed at the time that it was the creep.
I thought it was Peter.
It could be. I'm not sure.
I said, Mrs. Mack is having a great time packing. Meanwhile, Claire is dead with a plastic sheet over her head and the cat is licking it.
No.
Like just the duality of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Mrs. Mack, she's singing, she's packing, and of course, she's drinking.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so glad my cats don't chew plastic. That's a thing. Like there are some cats that will eat plastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And neither of mine do it.
Toby's pretty good. The only thing Toby does, he will lick the blanket and eventually it turns into a hole in my blanket because he starts chewing it. I don't love it.
Yeah, that part, no.
Not into that. But he doesn't chew anything else. He's my good boy.
Well, Mrs. Mack is now looking for Claude because she hears him meowing again. Or maybe it's Billy.
I'm convinced it's Billy.
It very well could be. We just don't see Claude, so we don't know. She hears creaks upstairs too, and it draws her attention to the attic. So she heads over there, but she is being cautious. You can tell she's creeped out. And she's like, Claude, how did you even get in the attic? Which, yes, I don't think Claude climbed this ladder. You know, cats are agile, but unless it has carpet on it, they're not climbing up that. Her taxi is outside blasting the horn, but she's not about to leave her cat stuck in the attic.
Dude, not only that, the taxi cab driver comes to the door. Let me tell you, no taxi cab driver is doing that. They're peeling out of there.
He must have needed that money, or he thought like, oh, this is a good tipper. This is a huge house.
It's also Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So people usually tip better on Christmas. I always used to work Christmas when I worked in like for a boutique. I always worked Christmas.
And they would tip better?
Dude, you don't get tips when you work. At least I didn't get tips at the boutique, but people would give me, they'd give you cash just because you're working on Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, or they would just buy a fuck ton of stuff and then you get sweet commission off of it and you're getting paid double time. It was great.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, back in the day, I loved it when I was like in my early 20s for sure.
Well, we see that the creep is in the attic. He's standing in the corner and he's holding this hook on a rope. His hands are shaking. This hook is comically large.
It's massive. I was like, what is that hook for?
That's exactly what I was wondering. It looked like it was on a pulley system. So the only thing that makes sense to me is
Like
they
a
were using
bucket?
it. They were using it to hoist things into the attic,
Oh, that
up
makes
that
sense.
hole. Because
Why do I automatically assume that it's going to be hoisting up a bucket of
it.
water?
Well, maybe not water, but it could be a bucket of something
Yeah.
or whatever they don't want to carry up the ladder. So that makes sense.
Yo, he swings this hook at Mrs. Mack's head.
But like this hook wouldn't be sharp, is what I was thinking. But this one is.
But it would if it hit her in the head, it would, but it doesn't. It hooks her.
No, yeah. What?
Because it would still kill you if it just hit you.
Oh yeah, for
Because
sure.
it's so heavy.
In the right spot for
but
sure.
it hooks her for sure.
Yeah, when she climbs up there, he hooks her.
Because she sees Claire's dead body, right? And it freaks her
Mhm.
out. And then she gets taken out. She's dead, so man.
Oh, and when it hits her, all we see is her feet from the shot of the opening of the attic, and her feet just get dragged up into the attic.
I feel like the kills in this, even though they're not like super gnarly, they're really personal and they're really upsetting.
Yes, because the noises that they're making, all of them are guttural.
Yeah,
They're not just like you know.
No, it's so true. I love it so much. And as this happens, it cuts to it cuts to her taxi cab driver like yelling into the front door,
Yeah.
and he takes off. Eventually, he takes off, and then Billy is having a mini meltdown in the attic. Like, Billy, figure out what lane you're in here, okay? Are you enjoying this or not?
Right. He starts trashing it.
He has mommy issues, obviously.
Yeah.
Like big time,
Yeah.
man. Anyway, so oh my god, in my notes. I said, remember I was saying earlier that men say women are dramatic?
Oh yeah.
And meanwhile, they're killing sorority girls. They'll do anything except go to therapy.
Damn.
I'm sorry, boys. I don't hate you all, okay? Some of you I love very much. It's just the shitty ones I don't like, okay?
So Jess is telling everyone at the search party that she's gonna head home because she's expecting Peter, right? Suddenly, we hear a young girl screaming at the search party. They found the body of 13-year-old Janice. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Her mother is there. It's very upsetting.
The mother's like very upset, obviously.
Okay, I wrote down, so this must have made me a little emotional because I wrote down sometimes writing out the notes upsets me more than when I was just watching the movie for entertainment. Like actually writing down these details, I'm like feeling it more.
Dude, when we talk about, spoiler alert, Black Phone, I had to pause that movie multiple times because I was not only getting emotionally like angry, I was like I was getting like teary-eyed because I was writing the notes down. And it's true because I think sometimes like when you're taking notes and shit, you're stopping and you're really thinking about what's happening and you're registering it in a different way.
And it's the detail.
It's the details. Yeah, dude, no, for real. And just the thought of like finding your kid out in the park all fucked gutted like that or whatever the hell's wrong with her.
Right.
However she died. It's crazy. So back at the sorority house, the phone rings. Jess goes inside, she answers it, and oh, shocking, it's Billy again.
What do you know? Billy on his usual bullshit.
He's making weird noises, and he's saying, please help me, please stop it. I said, relax, bro.
He also says, filthy Billy, I know what you did, Billy.
Oh, Billy, I mean, he's real creepy.
We are putting together a story, though, of what Billy might have done.
Oh, absolutely, yes. She slams the phone down, and she starts looking for Mrs. Mack, who we know is dead. But she picks up the phone again, and while she's dialing, we see that a man is making his way down the stairs, like kind of watching her. The man comes closer, but it turns out to be Peter the douche. This guy is sus to me.
He scares her, too. He throws his coat on her to, like, jump scare her a little bit.
They do a really good job of making him super sus.
Yeah,
like, for real. I mean, he's already, like, a prick, but, like, they make him very kind of creepy and suspicious, right?
Yeah.
He also then keeps subtly shaming her for doing regular human things, which really bothered me. She's still talking to the operator as he kind of mopes around her, right? And she tells the operator about the phone calls. I also really liked it that she called Peter out for being sort of like dodgy and attacking her instead of having a normal conversation with her, because at this point Peter is just getting more and more irritated by her, and he just starts like kind of berating her a little bit, and she just fights right back with him, and she's like, can we just have a normal conversation? Like, why are you turning this into an argument? Why are you yelling at me? This, like, nothing's gonna get solved like this. I just think she's very emotionally mature.
Yeah, and she ends up on the phone with Nash.
Oh God, with Nash.
Oh my gosh.
She's the worst.
So she's trying to pacify Peter in a way while also trying to get through to the police station.
I love that you used pacify because that is exactly what I was thinking in the moment. I was like, this poor girl doesn't even have a man that she can rely on. She has to fucking baby him while the moaner is calling her and she's calling the police over it. Can you imagine, you guys? No,
Yeah.
thank you.
I also love how on the line she's telling him like, "No, I won't hold." Like,
I like Jess,
I
man.
don't think you have that option nowadays. They just hang up on you.
I know, but I just like that Jess is like not some like pushover, man.
Me
I really
too.
like that. So Mr. Harrison is at the station and he overhears the conversation between Nash and Jess, right? And he's kind of like, huh, that's a bit strange. Apparently there's a dead kid in the park, right? That's Janice.
Right.
I was very lost at this point because I didn't realize that was a child in the park,
Oh,
apparently,
yeah.
judging by my notes. But the group, the friends, they approach Mr. Harrison and they kind of piece together that perhaps Janice, dead in the park, might be related to Claire.
Which is a very upsetting conclusion to have to come to.
Absolutely.
And when we cut back to Jess and Peter, we see that Jess is upset because Nash told her, "Hey, we're a little busy right now to deal with your phone call because of Janice." So she just
Don't
found
you
out.
love that Nash tells this police officer, tells a girl over the phone, there's a dead kid in the park.
Yeah.
Nash, how did you even get a badge?
Okay, Nash is a bumbling idiot. Though I will say, I don't know if this is a small town because it's a college town, but they do, like, the whole community is in on this. So I feel like
Yeah.
they're just all telling each other everything anyway.
Okay, that's fair.
Probably for safety. But Peter is telling Jess he is leaving the conservatory. So he's referring to the music conservatory, basically the music school he's going to.
Oh, he also tells her Claire's fine. Claire is totally fine. This
Like-
is after Jess tells him there's a little girl killed in the park. Peter's like, I'm sure Claire's fine. Peter, can you not see past yourself? Anyway.
So Jess says what you were saying earlier, that she still has dreams. She can't drop everything and give up all her ambitions.
Because he wants to marry her.
He wants to leave the conservatory and get married. And she's like, just because your plans have changed, mine are still the same.
She's looking at him the way I would be looking at him too.
Yeah.
Like, are you cracked?
She's like, I can't drop everything and give up all my ambitions. And he goes, sure you can.
For
But
you?
He does elaborate and he says, if we're married, you can still do those things. And then she flat out just says, Peter, I don't want to marry you.
I was so proud of her. I was like, yes, girl, tell him.
And then he basically is like, okay, well, what about the baby?
We already discussed this, Peter, and we already came to a conclusion. Okay, I know you haven't wrapped your stupid little dinky head around it, but
Dinky.
it's done.
But now we're cutting back to this station where Lieutenant Fuller is connecting the missing woman, Claire, with the obscene phone calls at the same residence.
Yeah, and he's pissed at Nash. He actually scolds him for it, and I'm glad.
He does a lot in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to make a phone call with this exchange that was written down, and the guy next to him starts cracking up. I was lost for a second. I was like, wait, what is going on? He sees the number that Barb gave Nash earlier. He calls Nash over to ask him about, the fellatio of it all.
Yeah.
And they know what it means. So I was like, okay, it was common. Nash is just dumb.
Yeah, Nash is just
Or
stupid.
oblivious, I should say. Now we cut back to Peter breaking a glass and calling Jess a bitch. So he's clearly not handling this in a mature manner.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
His haircut sucks, by the way.
And he says something really bleak and fucked up. So, but it's important because it's going to get repeated later.
Wait, what did he say?
He basically says, you want to kill our baby like you're having a wart removed. You talk about it like you're having a wart removed, which is a very crass way. Like, no, she didn't say that, bro. You just did, though.
Like, he's not getting his way. So first he's going to try to be sweet. I'm going to marry you. I'm going to take care of you. Then he's going to shame her. Then he's going to get aggressive with her. And then he's going to shit on her. Oh, it seems like a pattern to me.
Because she doesn't want to go live this life that he wants for them.
Wouldn't you love to marry Peter? I mean, I would just love spending my life with this crazy
Like, wow,
man.
you're really convincing me that I want to spend my life with you.
I'm so into you.
And the last thing Peter says to her as she's kicking him out, because she is like, get out of my house. He says, if you get an abortion, you will be very sorry. So he is actually threatening her.
As this happens, Lieutenant Fuller comes in, and even Lieutenant Fuller stops and kind of like looks at Peter with like a bit of sus for a moment.
Yeah, he sees Peter leaving, angry, and slamming the door.
Yes, and he's kind of like, that's a bit weird. But he basically tells Jess he's there with another dude. They're going to tap her phone. Okay.
Yeah, this is Graham.
I really like Lieutenant Fuller because he really takes this seriously.
Yeah.
Our handyman Graham is there. He's going to work on the phone. And Fuller goes upstairs. He takes a look at Claire's room. He's asking like pretty normal, standard probing questions, right? Our phone tech, Graham, tells Jess, which is so funny because didn't Alexander Graham Bell invent the phone?
Oh.
I don't know if that's a nod or I just came up with that. But Any hoogly boos. Our phone tech, Graham, tells Jess that they're going to be able to trace the calls and figure out where they're coming from. But key important detail about the 1970s, you have to keep the person on the phone for a kind of a long time in order for them to actually be able to trace the call.
Right.
So, unlike today, I feel like today it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's way faster, and it's also digital and not analog.
Not analog. Yeah. Back then it's a whole thing, and we're going to see it. They're going to basically show us how it's done.
Yeah.
But she has to keep him on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Then Lieutenant Fuller also says, Jess, no need to fear. We got a cop sitting outside in a patrol car out there, and he's going to keep watch for you.
Yes.
All right.
It's also important to remember that Barb is still asleep upstairs because she's not feeling well.
She's not feeling well, aka she's passed out drunk.
Yes.
Phil is not impressed at all by the cops hanging outside.
Mm-mm.
And I understand why, because at this point, they all seem useless, right? Like, we're finding out that Fuller isn't, but Nash was so useless to them. And I think Phil is just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, and when the lieutenant leaves, we do see Peter for sure now outside lurking.
That's why I'm saying I think it was him earlier.
It very well could have been.
Like, I think he was just hanging out around the house like a fucking weirdo. I really do want to say, and I don't know if I said this earlier, but I think like the acting in this film really, it's so good. And I really think that's what makes the movie so incredible. And obviously the story is great too, but I just feel like everyone is so convincing. Like, I believe that every single person is a real human.
Yeah.
Having like a real experience. Like, Phil here starts to sob once they leave, and she's convinced that Claire is dead.
Yeah.
And Jess, I love Jess because she really holds it together. Like, even at the end of the movie, like, she is a great final girl.
Yeah.
If she survives. I mean, we'll talk about that, but any hoogly boo.
Yeah, Phil also mentioned she's been taking pills for her cold and they knock her out.
So she's going to take some cold medicine and she's going to go up to bed as well, right?
Yeah. So now Graham is at the phone company or the telephone exchange building. This is where I was like, what is this? I want to know everything about this.
Oh, this is where we're learning all about the wiring and shit.
Yeah, so they basically had to manually follow the circuit through racks of relays and switches.
So crazy.
He's going cabinet by cabinet. So like, was this a data center?
Yeah, right?
He's in this building and there's these gigantic machines and he's running through all the rows as when the phone rings. He's going to be running through all the rows trying to physically see which one is moving, which is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
And then you have to figure out like the physical relay or the switch that is connecting that incoming call. And then even then, you don't know yet. You have to go then call the phone company and see, okay, this is the machine it's coming from. What phone number is attached?
I think that's so
fascinating.
It's so fascinating. And I love that like the cops like went to that extreme to like figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, that made me kind of happy.
They also set up a phone in Lieutenant Fuller's office so he can pick up that phone and hear what's going on at the sorority house.
Yeah, it's like connected. Yeah.
Yes.
And also there's another phone in the house and it's Mrs. Max and it's a different phone number from the phone that's been ringing and the moaner's been calling, okay?
Because it's a different landline or a different line, they're not going to tap it because that's not the one that's been ringing.
That's right. Different phone number, different line. Now we're going to cut to Claire's dead body with a bag over her head. Now she's got a dolly in her arm and she's being rocked in the rocking chair again by Billy, who's really into this. Jess is sitting by the fire and by the phone and she's kind of just waiting, right?
Imagine that. You're just waiting.
No, dude.
Ugh.
No. She walks up to Barb, who's having like an asthma attack in her sleep because she tells Jess that she saw a strange man in her room. And Jess is kind of like, oh, she's just having a nightmare. And she kind of soothes her. But then we get the POV of Billy in like the hallway. And he is absolutely in the house and was in Barb's room. She was not dreaming that at all.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We hear all his disgusting heavy breathing.
Oh, yeah. And then a bunch of carolers come to the door.
More carolers.
Just you know how much we love carolers.
But Jess is just tickled by this, okay? She opens the door. She's standing there just smiling.
I mean, she's had such a rough night. Like, I'm sure this is a moment of, like, just peace.
A little bit of levity.
Yeah.
Now, if carolers were in front of me, just all of a sudden appeared in front of me, she's doing what I would do, which is the same thing I do when the flight attendants give their safety speech.
100%.
And I'm sitting there like,
Polite.
I'm paying attention to you. You're doing great, sweetie. But I just wouldn't answer the door because I don't want to have to do that.
I don't answer the door when I know the person.
Like, look, I'm actively listening. You know?
Agreed. So these carolers are like la 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 singing, right? Then POV of this dude, he's walking through, he goes into her room. We see Barb kind of like half in, half out of sleep. Like she's kind of like whatever. And Billy grabs a unicorn statue, a glass unicorn statue. And this is where he refers to himself as Billy, okay? He tells Barb that she's pretty. I don't know what it is about the compliment, you're pretty. It like really weirds me out.
All the time?
It just sounds kind of juvenile.
Okay.
Like for a man to be like, you're pretty.
You're pretty.
I don't know.
I could see that.
Weirds. Maybe it's just because of this movie.
Maybe. He also starts saying, Agnes, it's me, Billy.
Yes.
Also, this unicorn statue has the most unnecessarily long horn I've ever seen on a statue.
So sharp.
Like, unless you're planning to kill someone with this, I don't know why it was that long.
Dude, it's so sharp. He then stabs her and kills poor Barb.
Yeah, as the carolers keep going. So we're seeing it back and forth. Like
Yes.
them singing whatever the fuck annoying ass Christmas song.
Right.
And then Barb being stabbed to death by a glass unicorn.
Which is exactly why Jess doesn't hear Barb like screaming. Because it's pretty violent what
Yeah.
he does to her. It's pretty awful. Okay?
And remember, Phil has taken cold medicine and she's knocked out.
Yeah, dude. And he stabs the shit out of her. Like, it's very filled with rage, okay? It's fucking brutal and it's really up close.
He also says, Agnes, don't tell what we did. Ew.
Dude, you hear the life being literally stabbed out of her, man.
Ugh.
It's kind of artsy, though, honestly. The way they
For
did
sure.
it, it's a little bit like artsy.
So as the carolers stop, an older woman runs up and says, Jean, she's talking to the chaperone, Jean, get the children in the car now. And Jess goes to tip her. I was wondering, I'm like, do they do this for free? Do they get tipped? I wrote down Jess goes to tip her, so that answers my question. This other woman tells Jess about Janice, which she already knew. And then the phone starts ringing again. Sure enough, it's Billy. Now we see Graham running through all these machines trying to find the call. Billy's on his usual bullshit. And at the end says, just like having a wart removed. And hangs up before Graham could find the location. So they were unable to trace it. The lieutenant calls Jess back immediately and says, you need to keep him on the line longer. And then says, you reacted at the end of that call. You were like, oh my God, did that mean you recognize something? And she said no.
She kayfabes, man.
She tells him no.
Yeah.
Then he asks about Peter and if they were fighting and what's going on with that. So he's already starting to suspect Peter as the obvious suspect, right?
Right.
So before she can really answer him about the baby thing, the whole baby thing of it all, there's a commotion at the station and Lieutenant has to leave.
Okay, can I read you what I wrote in my notes?
Please do, because this old man is wild.
This is what I wrote in my notes, okay? Quote, that is 100% Grandpa from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, never mind. It is. Wait, is it? No, it's not. It looks like him. This old man don't give a single fuck.
He really doesn't. So he birdshot into a cop's ass.
Yeah, dude, because the cop like trespassed on his property. He is losing it.
The way he's talking to them, I was like, he's like, yeah, I did. He was trespassing, and next time you'll get the whole gun up your ass sideways. Like, okay.
You're right though about this being a town and like everyone knows each other, and for
Yeah.
sure everybody knows this old dude.
You would not get away with that shit in the city.
So Jess and Phil talk about who the weirdo might be, right? Like they're kind of discussing this here. And we find out that Jess, she is kind of considering that it could be Peter. Like
Yeah.
it's in the back of her mind. And she realized here that the Billy had said the same line that Peter had said to her earlier.
Right.
Right. But then she's like, but Peter's so gentle. Oh, babe.
Okay, we didn't see. I don't know how long you've been with them.
Gentle.
We've only seen the last couple days, but
I don't think that's how I would describe him, man.
also I don't care if he was gentle for the first 5 years. He sure the fuck ain't now. He's smashing his piano.
Yeah, and demanding marriage. Okay. So
Smashing your piano and demanding marriage?
What?
Absolutely not.
So the phone rings and it's Peter, apparently. Okay. And he's crying to her about not killing the baby. This guy sucks. He sucks so hard. Okay. Okay.
And Graham is trying to trace this call too.
Yes, he is for sure. Fuller's listening to this grown man like babble like an idiot too, right? And Peter abruptly hangs up and they couldn't trace it.
Oh, right. This is where Lieutenant goes, what was that all about with the baby?
Yeah, exactly. So she eventually does tell him that she is pregnant and then she's terminating it. And he asks her when she told him, and she confirms that, well, I told him today. And Fuller's like, well, that was an interesting choice of words, then can't kill the baby. That's a bit weird.
I also love that Lieutenant Fuller did not react to what she said.
No,
He
because
wasn't like, oh.
it's not about that.
Yes, and I'm so glad that's how he should act.
Agreed.
And I'm just glad that he did.
No. I'm with you 100%. Because it's not really a focal point.
No, all he wanted to know was, when did you tell him this?
The decision is not a focal point of this film. The decision's already been made. That's not what we're focusing on.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So she rationalizes this away as him being like an artist. He's just emotional. He's an artist.
Yes.
Okay. But Fuller is like, or maybe he's just neurotic.
She got the blinders on.
Oh, big time.
Big time.
Oh my God, yeah. Like red flags just flapping in the wind, man.
And she's like,
I don't see them. Listen, girl, we've all been there. So he knows that she's holding something back from him. Okay. So she asks is if Peter was there when she received one of the phone calls, and she pieces together, you know what, actually, he was here when I got a phone call.
Did you notice also when they're sitting here and Jess is on the phone, Phil is sitting next to her, there's a shadow behind Phil. In the very background, it's Billy for sure.
Oh, I didn't see
He's
it.
walking around the house. I only caught it on the third watch.
It's so scary. So obviously this is all very upsetting for Jess, but she's also relieved because, you know what, if Peter was there when I got a phone call from Billy the Moaner, then it's probably not Peter.
Yes.
Correct?
Lieutenant still wants to talk to him though.
For sure. A smart man. Phil goes to get Jess some aspirin because Jess is getting like a headache. And then these two dudes show up at the house and they're part of like the search party. But like, again, with like the humor of this film,
Yeah.
is they're two like bumbling idiots.
Yeah, like one pops his head up. It actually scared me. There's no music or anything, but while Phil is at the sink, he just pops his head up in the window and she starts screaming.
Yeah, not the way to do it, man. So they tell the girls like, lock the doors and windows. You guys are going to be safe. We're out here, blah, blah, blah. And the girls start laughing. But the important part is Jess points out to them that the back door is the only one that's locked.
They realize it's the only thing locked in the whole house. But
whole house.
I do want to say the taller of the two guys, the way he's holding this shotgun, it keeps getting closer and closer to Jess's head. I'm like, can you please watch where you're pointing that? You are stressing me out.
Again, them being like bumbling idiots.
Also, the way I would never answer that door.
Oh, gosh, no. Come on.
But once again, a smaller town. Also, you can tell they're fucking with him. And that's why I was kind of wondering if they were doing the same thing to Mrs. Mack toward the beginning, because she goes, oh, we'd invite you in, but our dog died. And they just start laughing, like giggling to each other.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I think it's like that young thing where they just think like old people are like boomers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before boomers existed.
Before boomers, exactly. And also Fuller is deep diving on Peter, right? What?
I was just thinking of the generation. I'm like, are they the boomer generation?
I think they are, aren't they?
The girls.
The girls.
Oh.
Wild. Are they? Yeah, they would, or would they be Gen X?
Boomers were 60s, right?
I don't know. I think my mom's a boomer, but one time I called my mom a boomer and she was like, I am not a fucking boomer. And I was like, whoa, I think you are, but okay. That's like, if like I'm a millennial, right? You're a millennial.
But now people use those words as like a derogatory thing.
I like being a millennial.
Me too.
You think I want to be a Gen Z? No, thank you.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I like being a millennial, man.
I like who I am. That's all. And it's okay for you to like who you are.
Oh my God, I just choked and almost died. Okay, so Phil is getting ready for bed. She knocks on Barb's room to like see if she's okay, right? The door slams behind her. That was really fucking weird, okay?
That's weird.
That was weird.
I just imagine her like, that's weird.
It's a bit weird. Fuller goes to the conservatory to see Peter. At the same time, Jess locks the doors in the house and she's calling out for Phil. We see the POV of Billy again making a phone call. Jess answers it, and like you said, Billy's just doing his fucking weird creep shit again. Guy can't get enough of it. He's calling her a fat pig, a bitch pig. He really likes to use the word pig. Referring to himself as Billy, acting like a child, shrieking. At this point, it's just like...
Okay, dude. Just get to your fucking point. What do you want?
But I will say this. I love Black Sabbath, the movie Black Sabbath. I love When a Stranger Calls. I love Scream. I love the trope of the killer being inside the house.
Yeah.
And I think Black Sabbath is one of the scariest like anthologies ever. And I just love that is this movie. It's essentially like the urban legend of the killers inside the house.
Right.
So even though I find Billy to be so annoying, I think it is so scary. The concept of someone calling you and they're hiding in your house somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude.
Terrifying.
Or they're outside your window.
Ugh.
Yo,
I don't want to think about that.
Dude, it's so scary. Okay, anyways.
So Lieutenant goes to the recital hall and he sees Peter's piano smashed to pieces. Okay, it is not looking good for Peter's sake.
No.
Oh my gosh, for Pete's sake. For Pete's sake,
You
Peter.
are hitting the puns today. That is like your third or fourth pun today.
Hell yeah.
I'm impressed.
Or wordplay. I don't know. What is a pun? Someone explain it to me.
Dude,
okay.
Whatever, it works.
So we're cutting between this, Jess on the phone with Billy, him freaking out, and Graham trying to run through the building again.
Right, because she's trying to keep the line for as long as possible. And then, dude, oh boy. So eventually, hang up. And guess what we fucking find out, dude? The call is coming from 6 Belmont Street. All right? This is what Graham is relaying to Fuller.
Yeah.
And Fuller's like, "Nah, that can't be right, because that's where the calls are going." And Graham's like, "No, that's also where the calls are coming from. Let's not forget, Mrs. Mack has her own line inside the house. So who do you think Billy's been using?" There you go. He's inside the fucking house. And now they know.
Inside the fucking house.
Dude.
So using Mrs. Mack's line to call the house, to call the other number.
That realization is like the fear I would feel rush through my body.
Oh yeah, they like zoom. Oh, not yet. So we're almost there.
We're almost there. But like even Fuller's reaction, he's like, "Oh shit." So he immediately gets in the car. He's like, "We gotta go." He talks to Officer Nash and he tells Nash, "Listen, bro, I need you to call Jess. I need you to tell her to hang up the phone and walk out the front door. Don't tell her anything else. Don't tell her he's in the house. Don't tell her a fucking thing. Just get her out of the house. Keep it calm, keep it crisp, keep it clear, and do your fucking job. And if you don't, I will kill you."
He does say that.
So Nash calls her. She picks up the fucking phone. And he's very calmly trying to tell her to leave the house. And she's asking questions. Well, Barb's upstairs. Phil's upstairs. What's going on? And he is getting more and more stressed, right? He's like, "Don't question me. I just need you to walk outside the front door." And she's like, "No, you're not listening to me." And he's like, "You need to listen to me. Okay? You need to go outside." And because she's kind of arguing with him, he finally tells her. He's like, "The guy is inside your house. You need to get out."
When she says she's going to go upstairs to
Oh
get
my
Phil.
God.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. I don't like Nash. Nash is an idiot. But at the same fucking time, like,
she's not getting the urgency.
she's not getting it. And yo, we've all been in situations where we know the urgency at hand and the person you're with either doesn't believe you or they are not understanding, and the fear that hits you, it's instinctual for you to just blurt it out. Like, "No, we got to go."
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
He starts freaking out. I always thought the line was, "The call is coming from inside the house," or "The caller is inside the house."
Oh, I think that's when a stranger calls.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. In this particular movie, he says, "The caller is in the house. The calls are coming from the house."
Dude,
now it zooms in. That's what I was going to say earlier. On Jess's face, she drops the phone. We just hear Nash screaming, "Don't go upstairs, Jess."
because she's like calling for Phil. She's calling. And you know what I love here? When she's calling for Phil and Barb, it's so realistic.
It's so desperate.
It's so desperate. It's
Yeah.
like, "Please answer me.
Yeah.
Please." Because she knows.
And she kind of goes over to the door when she's doing this. So I was like, okay, she's going to leave. Like, that's smart. And that feels natural. You'd want to get to the exit as soon as possible.
But she loves them. They're her friends, man.
Yeah.
So what does our badass final girl do? Couldn't be me, man.
She grabs the Christmas weapon, a fire poker.
Hell yeah, she does.
And there's a part of me that's like, okay,
don't be a hero. Don't be a hero.
I love that you want to save them.
Me too.
But you don't know if they're already dead because they're not responding to you, which we're going to find out in a minute. They are already dead.
Literally, dude, I said, "I love you, Jess, but you got to get the fuck out of there, girl. You got to go." And I love here because now we're seeing her POV. So we've been seeing Billy's POV for a lot of the film. Now we're seeing Jess's POV, which I really liked. And we're seeing Billy's.
Yeah.
So we're seeing them both, right? She approaches Barb's room and she's still calling for them, right? She tries the door, but it's been barricaded, right?
Mhm.
She pushes it open and yikes, she finds their dead bodies and they look so disturbing.
Yeah, they're like stacked on top of each other.
Definitely like placed a certain way.
Right.
You know?
Staged.
Staged, yeah. Dude, she looks up and she sees this guy's fucking eyeball.
Oh my gosh.
His eyeball through the hole in the fucking dude.
It looked red.
Well, this is how I knew it wasn't Peter, because Peter has blue eyes.
Oh.
And this guy's eye was like brown.
I didn't even notice what color Peter's eyes were.
Yeah, they were blue.
Because I didn't like him.
I mean, I didn't like him either, but I like blue eyes.
I was going to say, you only notice their eye color if you love them. No, I'm just kidding.
I
have
I'm a sucker for blue eyes, man. They're pretty. So
I'm like looking at the camera like.
I mean, you have beautiful eyes. His eyeball peeking at her, man.
Yeah.
Dude, she slams the door on him.
She slams it.
Slams it, right? She runs for the front door. It's locked.
Oh my gosh, he grabs her by the hair and yanks her back.
Yo, that's so scary.
But she is able to run away, and she locked herself behind a door that leads down to the basement or cellar.
Yeah, she locks it.
Like, it looks like a basement, but it also has a door leading to outside.
Yeah, so it's like old school cellar.
Okay.
Yeah. He sounds like a wild animal trying to break through this door, okay?
Yes.
It's wild. Then all of a sudden, he just calms down and walks away. She hears a door open and close. So she makes her way down the basement stairs, and she's kind of like looking around. And as this is happening, the cops are making their way to her as well, right?
Yeah.
So she's looking around the basement, and then she hears someone calling her name.
Mm-hmm.
She walks to the basement window and like crouches down, kind of like peering out. And oh my God, all we see is like the silhouette of some guy.
Oh my gosh, it is so creepy.
And it's fucking creepy Peter.
Yeah. So at first you don't know, is this Billy?
Yeah.
But they keep trying to peek through the window. Eventually they come to the door. Yes, it's Peter, and he's asking Jess if she's all right.
Are you all right?
And my first thought was, how do you know that she's in there?
Dude, he's just, because he's been outside watching, I think.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So Peter ends up breaking the window to get in. All of this looks so suspicious because if it's not you, why would you break a window to go in to say, are you in here? Are you okay?
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. Every decision Peter makes in this movie just pisses me off. So I don't know. I think the guy's completely just a moron.
So Jess accidentally clinks her fire poker on something when he's in there looking for her.
Yeah, she's holding on to that fire poker, man. She's scared of him. She's super scared.
He seems calm, but he keeps
way too calm.
Too calm. And he keeps coming toward her. And he's like, Jess, you had me
Jess,
worried.
what are you doing in there?
You had me worried.
No, babe, that's not how you, no, it's if you really were like worried, it's like, hey, are you okay? Like what's going on? There's a tone in someone's voice when you can tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You also don't break a window to go, is anyone in here?
Yeah, like that's insane. Peter is unhinged. If it wasn't going to be Billy, it was going to be Peter, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they do a really good job making Peter look so sus. And then he keeps getting closer and closer to her. And then we just see the cops are showing up.
Yes,
and we hear Jess screaming. Okay, the cops break down that basement door or cellar door. They find Jess and Peter on the ground. Jess is sitting unconscious with the poker in hand, and Peter's head is in her lap with blood coming out of his face. He is dead.
Dude, she killed him with the fire poker.
Okay, I have questions about this.
Okay.
Do you think there's a possibility that Billy killed him?
No.
No?
I think she killed him.
I think she killed him too. But do you think there's a possibility that...
Possibility?
Possibility. Look, you're doing it too now.
Puns.
We can talk more about it toward the end.
Yeah. Okay. So
he's dead.
She also looks dead, but she's not. She's just kind of like, in
Passed
shock.
out.
So now we cut to Jess passed out in a bed. All right. The cops are sitting next to her. They're not going to be able to talk to her until tomorrow because obviously like she's in shock. And
this is a bed in the house.
Yeah, this is still in the house. Yes. Very important to note. It's still in the house. The media is outside. This scene was very strange to me because essentially what happens is like they find out they're not going to be able to talk to Jess. So like every single person in this house just leaves, including the police, and leaves her alone.
Yeah. Lieutenant asks Nash to stay behind and wrap up. But slowly but surely, things start happening that it makes everyone leave, and they might not even realize that they're leaving her alone. Because at one point, Mr. Harrison...
he collapses out of shock.
Yeah, he faints. And then the doctor's tending to him, and then they're like, we got to get him to a hospital. So I think they were going to stay. But because all this is happening, there's too much commotion. There's too many people in the house. There are reporters outside. So they don't even realize, I think, that they left Jess alone.
Dude, okay. Well, she's left.
And so Lieutenant is going outside to deal with the reporters. The shot stays on Jess
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
And you hear all of this going on without the camera changing.
And you hear them getting further and further away.
Yes.
I loved that.
Me too.
Because it's all this commotion, and then we're slowly leaning into silence.
It's so anxiety ridden too, hearing all the voices around and she's just laying there.
Dude, the tension, it was stressing me out. And then, so everybody's leaving, and now the camera pans over to Barb's bloody mattress, Claire's room. We hear a draft and like soft laughter. The camera closes in on the attic ladder. Then up to the opening. We hear creaking and a soft voice singing. We're in the attic. We see the dead bodies. He calls himself Billy again. We pan out to Claire's body sitting next to the window with that plastic cover over her fucking head, okay? They pull out to show her sitting there. Then we're on the exterior of the sorority house. It's dead quiet. There's a cop standing outside on the porch, and all of a sudden, we hear the sound of a phone ringing. And then the credits roll, and the phone, as the credits roll over the image of the house, the call just keeps getting louder and louder and louder. And that is the fucking end.
That is the end. The phone rings the entire time, and it's the shortest credits I've ever seen.
I love that we were just sitting in the deafening silence of just a phone ringing.
Yeah.
Because we know the weight of that.
Yeah. I assumed that was Nash on the porch who was told to stay behind and wrap up, and he's just outside smoking or something.
Yep.
Poor Mr. Harrison still has no closure, was my last note in terms of the movie itself, or the events of the movie, I should say.
Dude.
So we don't know the backstory technically in this movie. We don't know the backstory of Billy, who the fuck he is, what happened to him, why he's doing this.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I have some notes on it.
I watched the remake, so I know that story.
Okay.
But we don't know what happens to Jess. Does he kill Jess? We don't know. We also forgot to mention that at one point we do see a very quick shot outside before all the commotion is going on with Jess and Billy, where the cop that was sitting outside the house has his throat slit.
Yeah, we totally forgot to talk about that.
I thought I wrote it down, but I guess I skipped over it. But the reason I say that now is because I want to know, was it Billy that killed the cop?
For sure.
Or was it Peter?
I think it was Billy.
I think it was Billy too. But I started thinking about all these different possibilities, okay?
Sure.
So when we see that person outside the house earlier, I was thinking it's Billy. But then after I watched the full movie again, I was like, maybe, okay, that was probably Peter.
Yeah, I think it's Peter.
And then I was thinking Billy killed the cop. But that would place Billy outside then. He was outside. So if he was outside, who says he couldn't have killed Peter and knocked out Jess, or was about to kill her and the cops came and he left?
I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Because then there was a point where I was thinking, okay, if Jess killed Peter and Billy never left the attic except to kill people in the house, that would mean Peter would have had to kill the cop.
I think the reason they showed Billy climbing the trellis earlier is to show that he has easy access in and out of the house.
I think that it was. I think he killed the cop, and I think
he killed. I think she killed Peter for sure.
Yeah.
Out of fear, right?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a backstory on Billy, not too much, but director Bob Clark has said that Billy and Agnes were siblings, and that the film kind of alludes to like a terrible incident in their childhood.
Yeah.
And that's where Billy has said, like, don't tell them what we did, or don't tell them what they did.
That all makes sense.
Also, very strange, but they changed the name to Silent Night, Evil Night in the U.S. for the U.S. release.
Really?
And this was in 1974. Isn't that strange? And I'm not sure why, but Warner Brothers wanted that.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of strange. There's like a few things about this that I kind of want to talk about.
Yeah.
I, first of all, love this fucking movie. Like, I think Black Christmas is one of the best slashers. Like, it holds up. I think even though we're using outdated like phone systems and things like that, I don't think that takes away from it. I think it makes it kind of interesting, honestly. But I felt so sad for Mr. Harrison. He doesn't get any closure. He doesn't find out what happens to his daughter. He's not even reunited with her. Like, it's so bleak.
Yeah.
And so there's a theory that, okay, Billy makes phone calls after every time he kills someone. Okay. So he made a phone call after he killed Janice. He made a phone call after he killed Claire. He made a phone call after he killed Mrs. Mack.
Okay.
So potentially he might have killed Jess, and that's why he was calling at the end.
Oh, shit.
That could have been, yeah. So he could have killed her.
That's very possible.
Or your theory is that he killed Peter, which I don't know if I agree with that, but if it was Peter that he killed, then that's why he was calling. But I really do think he might have killed Jess. And I hate to say that because Jess is our final girl and I love her and I really don't want that to happen to her. But he's still in that house.
I mean, she is unguarded, the only one in the house.
Dude.
So I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So there is a 2006 remake and a 2019 remake. I don't know the difference between remake and reboot. I looked up the definition before.
I didn't see either of them. I think I was a little salty about the reboots.
I think remake is they're just remaking it the same way, and then reboot is like they're adding their own little twist to it probably.
Yeah.
Then maybe these are reboots because it's not a sequel, but it's done a little bit differently. I'm going to talk more about the remakes and the extended because I'm going to give you some spoilers on those, okay? Especially the 2006 one.
Okay.
I saw the 2019 one in theaters, and I will say I don't remember being crazy about it at the time, but I wish I would have had a chance to rewatch it before this.
Okay.
I haven't watched it since, but the 2006 one I just watched like a couple weeks ago.
Is it good?
I thought it was fun. It's the mid 2000s. So
so it's got the vibe that we love.
yes, it's a different vibe, a very different vibe than this.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it because it was like over the top, very over the top.
I get you. I haven't seen any of the reboots. Now you've got me thinking I want to check them out.
But in the 2006 one, they go in depth into the backstory of Billy.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of love when movies do that. That's kind of fun.
I found it interesting at the very least. But
okay, when you're saying that, it makes me wonder like exactly what.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
Interesting.
We're gonna talk about it. It's just a lot. It's a lot. We already mentioned that Olivia Hussey was in Romeo and Juliet. She was also in 1990s It, also 1990s Psycho 4, The Beginning.
She's great in this. I really love her in it.
So in addition to the storyline being inspired by the urban legend, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs, it was also inspired by a true crime story. So Nick Mancuso, who plays Billy in this movie, he mentions that it was inspired by the 14-year-old George Webster. I know there are some tellings of that true crime story that aren't completely accurate.
Yeah. I believe the story that made its way around was that George Webster murdered his family or everybody in the house. But what actually happened, apparently, was in Montreal, November 17th, 1943, 14-year-old George Webster, apparently he bludgeoned his mother to death with a baseball bat and then attempted to murder the other family members in the house.
That's horrible.
It's horrible.
Either way horrible.
Either way horrible. But when I first looked into it, it was like he had killed his whole family.
Right.
And it turns out he did, kill his mother, but he did not successfully kill the rest of his family.
I saw the same thing.
Oh,
but they were conflicting stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
1943. That's a long time ago.
Yes. So I found this to be an interesting coincidence. I was recently listening to the Morbid podcast. Shout out to Morbid. I'm obsessed with them. I feel like the four of us, would be such good friends.
I love that.
But I was listening to their episode on Richard Speck. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible. Okay. So while I was listening to it, I was like, wait a minute. Is this not Black Christmas? They're the student nurse murders that happened in the 60s, which would have been before this movie took place, I think in the Chicago area. He wasn't hiding inside the house. There wasn't a phone call, but it's a massacre. It's a mass murder, I should say. And it's horrible and horrifying. But I was like, wait, did this inspire Black Christmas? So I looked it up and I couldn't find anything that said that it did, but I do find it a strange coincidence.
You never know if it was in like the deep subconscious, right? Or if you read something and then you're like, you don't realize that you're getting influenced by that.
I also read that it was inspired by multiple true crime cases. So maybe that was one of them.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
But that one felt more along what actually happened in this movie. So I just found that interesting.
I have one more little tidbit, and then the rest I think I'll talk about on Patreon Extended.
Yeah.
But so it was important to Bob Clark that the college students in the film were portrayed as astute and not just fools that were in bikinis with beach balls.
Yeah.
Like he wanted them to seem smart and, have their own agency and be decisive and think logically. And I really felt watching this that these people I wasn't watching it going, oh, what the fuck are you doing? I was watching it going like, no, that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just really, really well written and it's
Yeah.
well done. I love this movie. I feel like the Dayquil is hindering my ability to describe what I'm saying, but I feel like you guys get it.
Yo, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You can find us on social media, Instagram, TikTok at Chainsaw Girls Pod. We also have an email, a Gmail actually, chainsawgirlspod@gmail.com if you want to send us an email. We also have a Patreon, and every month we shout out our top tier patrons, and Laura's going to take it over.
Hell yeah, we got Jeremy M, Brian C, John M, Devin C, Angel R, Jolene, David G, John M, Jonathan W, Rob B, David T, Heather D, Franchise Driller, aka Ryan, Millie C, Adrian G, Chris S, Alexis T, Adam VL, and James C. Thank you so much for being our top tier patrons. We appreciate you guys. To the moon and back. Okay, bye.